So when I dropped my phone, it hit a key on the laptop and made the camera stop recording. I'm not going back. I'm not redoing it. I'm not. So basically, this is going to be in 2 parts. So there's going to be a part 1, and it's going to end abruptly, and I'm sorry for that. And then this will be part 2. But yeah, you guys, I can't refilm it. I can't do it. Nope. Because I'm probably gonna film another video after this, and I'm just not in the mood. So we're gonna continue. Basically, what I was saying is I will continue on with that series. It just won't be for a little while. Okay, we're great. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh my god, because we're still in just November, and in December I read 23 books. I gotta get shorter on these things that I'm doing. Okay. Oh, I forgot to grab it from the shelf. Okay, I'm not pausing this video. You guys are just gonna get this. That's what I do instead of editing. I just pause it when I need to do something like this and then unpause. But you guys are gonna get a real slice of life today. Okay, I also read Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi, and I actually really enjoyed this, which was surprising because I didn't think I would, because I had tried to pick this up on numerous occasions before and I never made it past like the first chapter. I was just like, I really give no shits. I think what really bothered me was like there's like those sentences are crossed out. That always like it irritated me for some reason, like really bad. I just couldn't, which made me mad because these covers are absolutely phenomenal. But anyway, Witty from Winnie Novels, she's like one of my faves to watch. Like I follow her on Snapchat and it's the greatest time, and her vlogs are life. And like I'm obsessed, literally obsessed. So and this is like her Harry Potter, like she loves this series so much, and I was like, I really want to give it a chance. I really want to like it because she likes it so much, and I want to understand why she's like so, and because of the whole Restore Me stuff, she's like talking about it again, and she's just like, it's like if J.K. Rowling said, I'm writing the Marauders prequel, me, like I would flip the shit. And like if she was like releasing snippets and stuff, you guys could bet that I would be crying on a daily basis about Sirius Black, because that's what I do. So yeah, I can but I did really enjoy it. I ended up giving this a 4 out of 5 stars, and I do plan to continue. I might try to get the rest of the books from half price because that's what I did with this one, or I might just get them from Overdrive, or I don't know, something, but we'll see. But yeah, for now this was pretty good. I do want to read the second one because like in this one, Warner is the most terrible human being, but everybody loves Warner, so obviously something happened. So it makes me really want to read the next book so I can like know why Warner is held at such a high esteem. It kind of seems like the whole like Tamlin Rhysand thing going on, maybe. But yeah. I'm supposed to be dropping them down there, I forgot. Okay. Sorry, again. Okay. I think we're at the last 2. We are. Thank God. Okay. I also read Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. Basically, I went into the break room one day and I looked at the ARC shelf, and this was there. And normally I work in receiving, so I see the ARCs when they actually get there, but I hadn't been there for a couple days, and I saw this and I was just like, oh! And like literally there were 4 of my coworkers in the break room, like sitting there like enjoying their breaks or lunches or whatever, and so they hear me go and they're just like, what? And I was like, oh my god, you guys, this is here, we have it, I'm taking it, it's mine, dibs, and they're just all like, okay. And I'm just like, you guys don't understand, okay, because I watch Sasha Alsberg's like YouTube channel. She's like one of my favorite booktubers, and like it had like this little slip in it, and it had like a picture, and it had like Sasha, and it had like Zoe, and like all the big booktubers, and I was like, okay, and this is this, and this is this person, and oh my god, and da 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 da, and they were just all just like, what the fuck is going on? Oh oh my god, it was so funny. But I was so excited when I saw this on the thing, and then I read it, and it was so good. I love Andy so much. Like, she's probably one of my favorite characters now. I'm obsessed. And it was so good. It was so good. I'm excited for the next one because the ending was just like, I can't even deal with the ending. So, yeah, and I really normally don't really care for sci-fi. Like, I really like sci-fi movies. Like, I love Star Wars so much. Like, I have a Star Wars 2018 calendar I got for Christmas. I have a Star Wars blanket I got for Christmas. We went to see The Last Jedi on Christmas Eve. Like, I am a Star Wars fanatic. But for some reason, I'm not as big on it when I read it in books. I don't know. But yeah, this was really good. And yeah. Okay. And then the last book I read in November, well, technically finished in November because I've been reading this bitch for forever. Run by John Gwynne, the third book in the Faithful and the Fallen series. I am so glad that I finally finished this. This took me forever, but if you guys can tell, this is why. This book is 746 goddamn pages. Like, oh my god. And this shit is dense. Like, dense. But I'm so happy that I finally finished it. Thank God the fourth book is smaller than this one, so A++. But this book was so good. Like, I know it took me forever to read, but it wasn't for lack of enjoying it. I enjoyed it. It's just because how long it was taking me. I just felt like I needed to be reading other stuff, like, in between reading it and everything, but I'm glad I finally, like, sat down one day and was just like, you know what, fuck this shit, and I just read the bitch, you know, I just got it done. But yeah, there were so many things that happened in this book, so many things, so many deaths, so many, just everything, so many revelations, like, finally, he knows, you don't know who I'm talking about, but I do, and oh my god, he finally fucking knows, swear to god, I'm ready for the fourth one, like, maybe, I mean, I am, but, like, not, but, anyway, so, I'm excited, but I kind of want to wait to read the fourth one just because it is the last book in this series, and I'll probably cry when I finish. I'm going to be like, But he is coming out with a new book and, like, a new series, I think, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a book in the same world but following different, I don't know. I haven't done much research in it. I just know it's coming, so, but yeah, it was really good. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. I love this series. I love these characters. I love this world. I love it all. It's fantastic. Yeah. Alright, now on to the month of December. So, the first book I read this month was Nimona by Noelle Stevenson, and, like, I had kind of been putting off reading this. I don't know why, because, like, it's stupid. Like, I'm so mad at myself. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This is, like, one of my favorite things ever now, and I'm pretty sure that I'm probably gonna end up buying it so that I can reread it always, because it's so fucking good. Like, the first fucking page, I was dying. Like, I can't have a little kid following me around, and then it's like, I'm not a kid, I'm a shark, and she's a fucking shark, and I'm just, like, dying. I just couldn't even. It was so good, and it was so, like, well done and well thought out and everything, and I just loved it so much. Like, you guys know, Nomona's been out for it's been out for 2 years, well, almost 3 now, because we're in 2018, but, like, everybody else has read Nimona, you know, I was just late to the bandwagon, but you guys, it was so good. If you haven't, if you are one of the very few that's still left, go read it. I promise you're not gonna be disappointed. You're gonna laugh so hard. It's gonna be a great experience. I promise you. It was so good. It was so good. Alright. And the next book I read was Between the Lines by Samantha Van Leer and Jodi Picoult. And this, I didn't expect to love as much as I did. It's this really cool book about like this girl, and she's obsessed with like this fairy tale book that she found at her school library, and she's just been reading it over and over and over. And she ends up like starting to talk to the prince that's in the story, and you kind of follow him too, and you realize that this prince, he like basically in the book, the characters are almost like actors, so when the book is open they're doing the stuff in the book, but when the book is closed they have their own lives that they are living out when there's no one reading them. And it's just, it kind of blows your mind, and it makes you really think, because it's like, okay, so are the characters having lives in my books when I'm not reading them? Like, it literally fucked me up for like a good little bit. I was just like, what? So it also has these beautiful, like, it's got little illustrations throughout, and then it's got like full page ones. Trying to find one, it's not working out, but yeah, it'll have like that. And then it even has like chapters where it's like page 12 and you're reading like the actual story of the book that she's reading, and it's just, there's so much packed into like this little book, because this is only like, yeah, 353 pages, and it was so good. It was so good. And then there's a sequel to it, Off the Page, which apparently everybody says it's a companion book. No. Don't read Off the Page if you haven't read this. It's not going to make no fucking sense. Okay? Because, I mean, they do recap it, but, like, just don't read this if you're going to read that. Which, I have that out from the library right now. I need to read it and finish it. I just haven't. I have so much stuff out from the library, and I just have so many books to read, you guys. Like, oh my god. But hey, my next video I'm going to do today is going to be a TBR unwrapping, because I hate myself. Anyway. Yeah, and this was actually from my first TBR unwrapping I did, so hey, I'm doing it, I'm reading them, I'm loving these. I gave this a 5 out of 5 if you didn't already figure that out. Okay. The next book I read was a free book on Kindle, and it's Get a Life by Laura Peyton Roberts. It's the first book in the Clearwater Crossing series, another recommendation I got from Maddie and B over at Heartful of Books. They read, it's like a 20 book series. They've read the entire thing twice, I think, maybe. I don't know. I know at one point they said that they were going to reread it. I don't remember if they actually followed through, but so but I read the first book. It was pretty good. It was kind of Degrassi, but like older Degrassi. And if you're a Degrassi fan, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, basically those were the vibes I was getting, was older Degrassi, which I absolutely love Degrassi with my whole heart and soul, so whoop. But yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 5. It was pretty good. Next book I read, and I'm gonna just talk about, hold on. Okay, so 3 books. This is gonna seem weird, but 3 books that I read in the month of December were the first 3 books in the Deltora Quest series. And the first 3 are called, I just gotta get to the page, The Forest of Silence, The Lake of Tears, and The City of Rats. And I read all 3 of those this month. But I've got this, my phone just restarted. Okay, but I got this out from the library, and it's just the whole collection in one volume. But I heard April over at April Maximus talking about this, and it was one of the top books she wanted to reread in 2018, and I was like, ooh, that sounds really good. And so I checked to see if my library had it, and they did. And so yeah, I just need to read the next, I think there's 4 more books or 5 more books in this series, so I just need to do that. But I've been really enjoying them. It's really good. It feels a lot like I don't know, kind of Harry Potter, but not Harry Potter. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I don't know. It's really good. It's definitely reads kind of like middle grade, but like epic fantasy middle grade, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it so far, and I'm excited to just keep reading them. I think I'm gonna read the next one today, the next book in it, because they're not very long. They're about 100 pages each, I would say. So yeah, they're not very long at all, so it's very doable to read one a day. And I definitely need to do that, because due back at the library soon, but I'm probably just gonna renew all the books I have out from the library, because like, how else am I gonna do this? But yeah, I've been really enjoying them, and I gave 1 through 3 4 out of 5 stars each. So, all right, the next book I read was Blue Sky by where's the name? Oh, Yuka Kuwa. I can't pronounce it. It's right here. But this is a yaoi manga. If you don't know what that means that it is LGBTQIA+ manga. Really, just anyway, whatever. But yeah, so this, I actually found this on the clearance thing at Half Price Books, which, by the way, did you guys know that Half Price Books has a clearance section? Because I did not. Now I do. So it was only $2, and I had brought some books in to trade, and so I went ahead and got it, because I just didn't want, because I know I used to work at Hastings. Once, after our books had been on clearance for a while and no one had bought them, we ended up just destroying them. I did not want the books to be destroyed, so I bought it. And I read it, and it was pretty good. This was actually a one-shot manga, so there isn't any more in this. So this isn't like a series one, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I wish it was a series, because these characters are funny and great, and I loved them. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good ride. I gave it a 4 out of 5. That's all there is. Now the next one, I got another one. This one is Hero Heal, and same thing with that one. It was only $2 at like half price. So I read the first one, and I just couldn't leave it at the first one, so then I ended up looking up the next 2 volumes, because there's 3 volumes in this, and I read those online, and it was good. It was a fun day to just read manga and have a good time, and just kind of, because I was like, I need to know what's gonna happen, I need to go what's gonna happen, so I did. I gave all 3 of those 4 out of 5 stars. I read a lot of manga, if you can't tell. I also read High School Debut Volume 1, which is by Kazumi Kamari. Whoa, is that by the same person? Okay, no. They have a similar last name. No, okay. Anyway, sorry. I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. It's like basically about this guy who's like super standoffish and everything, but like this girl, she really wants to get a boyfriend and everything, and so she asks him to please be her coach and teach her how she can be attractive to guys so that she can get a boyfriend. It's pretty cute. I also read volume 2 as well, and I also gave that a 4 out of 5, and I have volumes 3, 4, and 5 over there from the library, which I'm probably going to read maybe one of those today, because it's pretty cute, and I really like the characters, and it's fun, so yeah. Oh, here's my low star rating of the month, you guys. Well, lower. It's not like a bad rating. I gave it a 3 out of 5. And the book I'm talking about is Guilty Pleasures by Laurel K. Hamilton, which is the first book in the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series. I enjoyed it. It was alright. It wasn't the best. It was just, I got it on overdrive. I read it in like a day and a half maybe or something, just because I had work or whatever, but yeah, it was alright. I definitely could have like done without it, and I'm not sure if I'm continuing on or not. I might try the second one to see if it's going anywhere that I care to follow. I know it's a really long series, so, but yeah, it was just kind of meh. It was okay. It wasn't anything great, so. The next book I read was The Achaean Adventure by P.B. Keir, which this is a series that I adored when I was younger. When I was about 12, I read these books for my school library, and I was up fucking obsessed. And recently, when I went to Half Price Books, which is like one of my favorite places now that I live here, I saw the first 3 books in this series, and I like about cried, because they're like out of print or whatever. It's so hard to find them, and they were there, and I was so happy, and I was just like, ah. So I ended up getting the first 3. So I read the first one, and yeah, it was pretty good. There was like this moment in the book that I remembered with such clarity. Like anytime I thought about this series, I thought about that moment. And so when I was reading it, I was like, hey. So yeah. But yeah, I'm glad I found these, and I'm excited to read the next 2 later on, which there are more than just the first 3. Those were just the ones that Half Price Books had, but I'm gonna see if the rest are on Thrift Books, because Thrift Books normally has like stuff that is like normally out of print. So awesome. Did I tell you what rating I gave that? I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. Alright, and the next book I read was The Angel Experiment, the first book in the Maximum Ride series by James Patterson. My friend Ava, I was talking to her one day, I was like, dude, I need like some books that are like super addicting, like that I'm just gonna want to keep on reading, that I just like am gonna like love to fucking death, and that I'm just gonna be very invested in. She's like, have you ever read Maximum Ride? I'm like, no. She's like, you should try it. And I was like, okay, I'll see if my library has them. So then I looked on Overdrive, and they had it, and so then I got it, and then I read it. It was good. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Like, it was definitely, I mean, it fit what I was wanting. Like, it was addicting in the fact that I didn't want to put it down. Like, I just wanted to know what was happening. So, like, I think I read it in a night. So that was good. But it wasn't, like, as good as I wanted it to be, basically. Like, I wanted something that was going to be addicting to where, like, when I finished it, I was like, I have to have the next book right now and just keep on going, you know? That wasn't the case with that one. Like I said, like, I didn't want to put that book down like I finished it, but I'm not like, oh my god, I need the next book right now. Like, I just kind of don't care. So that's a little unfortunate, but what can you do? The next book I read was Model Misfit by Holly Smell, which is the second book in the Geek Girl series, which I actually found the first 3 books on the Kindle for pretty cheap. And so then I read Model Misfit this month, and I actually read it before I got my new Kindle. I wish I had read it on my new Kindle, but I didn't. But I can read the 3rd one on it, which will be exciting. But I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I just really enjoy these books. I really enjoy Harriet Manners. I feel like she's me. Like, she's got the red hair, she's got the freckles, she's got the, like, the brains and stuff. Like, we kind of differ because she's a geek in, like, the academic way, and, like, she really loves, like, unknown facts and stuff like that, whereas me, I'm, like, supernatural and Harry Potter, and, but we also have the book thing in common. Like, she's really into books as well. But yeah, I'm like really into the fandom-y part of like the geek world, whereas she's not so much, and I'm also into like the video games and stuff. But still, it is pretty cool to have a character who looks like me and stuff, and has similar stuff, because it's hard to find that in books, for me, because yeah. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Anyway, this next book, you guys, you don't even know. Okay, so I was just browsing on Hoopla, as I do sometimes, and I was just like looking through like the ebooks that I had like favorited, because I wanted to go back and read them later. And one of them was a poetry collection, which I've been getting more into poetry collections this year. Like, I've read Milk and Honey, The Sun and Her Flowers, and The Princess Sees Herself in this one this year. And I've been really enjoying those and everything. And then I saw this, and I've seen this at work, and I've been interested, and it's I Wrote This For You by Please Find This, which is literally what it says. So I read it, and I was just like, I can't even, you guys. It was so good. Just, I don't even understand. Like, it perfectly summed up a lot of my feelings. Like, I have not related to a poetry collection as much as I related to this one. Like, there were bits and pieces of poems in the other books that I had mentioned that I've read, like the poetry collections that I had identified with, but this one, like, almost every single freaking poem I identified with, and it was an amazing experience. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was fucking fantastic. It was one of the best things I've read this year. I also read the sequel. It's actually like a 3 poetry collection book series, and I read the second one like right afterwards because I just couldn't stop. And that one's called I Wrote This For You, Just the Words, and it's got some of the popular ones from the first one, but it's also got new ones in it, so I read those. So good. I highly suggest everyone to go read it. It's just, I feel like everyone can relate to them, and I think that's amazing. And I really love the way that they're written. I just love all of it. It's really, really good. And I gave that one a 5 out of 5 stars as well. It was fantastic. And the next thing I read was We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. And I read this December 19th, so like right at the perfect time because it is actually a Christmassy book. And I really enjoyed it. It really reminded me of being like at my university in Santa Fe when I was going, and like just, I don't know, it was really good. It was really atmospheric, and I really enjoyed it, and I gave it a 5 out of 5, so yeah. I've been having really good reading months. There's been a lot of 5 stars. The next book I read was The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. I actually bought this, and I got the one with her signature. Can you even see that? There you go. Yeah. So I got this, and I'm so happy I did. It was so good, and this tagline here, I just adore. Love speaks in flowers, truth requires thorns. Amazing. These fairy tales are fucking fantastic. Like, I totally agree with Piera. Like, she said, like, these are the fairy tales that she's gonna tell her children instead of the normal ones, and I'm like, if I was gonna have kids, I'd agree, which I don't really like kids. I hate them, actually. Anyway, but I totally get what she's saying. Like, these, I totally prefer these. Like, these are so fucking good. And the illustrations in it are to die for. Like, oh my fucking god. And I love the fact that it really re-illustrates the fact that, you know, just because it's a fairy tale doesn't mean it's gonna have a happy ending. Like, that's something that we kind of got with because of Disney. Because, I mean, if you read the original Grimm fairy tales, those bitches do not have happy endings. Not at all. So I really like that this kind of paid homage to that, in that, like, not every fairy tale has a happy ending, but they all kind of felt wrapped up. So none of them felt kind of, like, open-ended, really. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I really loved this little book. Like, it was a lot of fun to read, and I'm just, yeah, I'm glad I read it. It was good. The next book I read, out from the library, again, was I'd Tell You I Love You, but Then I'd Have to Kill You, the first book in the Gallagher Girls series, which is one of Maddie's favorite series from Heart Full of Books. And I was just looking through the library one day, and I was just like, oh yeah, I've heard people talk. I was like, oh yeah, this one, and so I just grabbed it and I read it, and I wasn't expecting much. I actually read most of it on the trip down to East Texas for Christmas because my boyfriend was driving, because we actually left as soon as I got home from work that day, because I got off at like 11:30 a.m. Because I had to be there at 7, so I had to get up at like 5:30 in the morning. So I was like, I'm not driving because I had to be up at 5 and you didn't, because he was off that day. So then I got home, we got in the car, and then we were on our way, and so like halfway through I started like like, I had already started it, but then I, like, finished, like, the last 100-something pages. And I finished it before we got to my Aunt Jill's, because we stopped in Dallas at her house to, like, spend time with her and my great-grandmother. So, yeah, and, like, do, like, a little Christmas stuff with them and just kind of, like, go out and have lunch and that kind of stuff, so it was good. But, yeah, I enjoyed it. I love her friends. They're amazing. Like, Bex, love her, and I just, yeah, it was a good time. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I actually have the second one out from the library right now, so I should be reading that soon. We're down to the last 2 books. Oh my god, you guys, can you believe that we've made it? Okay. The next book I read was Cloaked in Shadow by Ben Alderson. If you guys didn't know, Ben over at Benjamin of Tomes released a book, and he released it in December. I just can't remember the exact date. Anyway, but he released it in December. I bought the ebook, and I read it, and it was really, really good. Basically, gay elves and, like, shape-shifting and dragons. Could you want anything else in a book? Because I don't think so. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was really, really good. There were some, like, world-building things that I had some questions about. Like, there's just some stuff that can be a little confusing, I feel like, and that's not completely fleshed out, but I mean, other than that, it's just so fucking good. The dialogue is great, the characters are great, like, oh my god, I am obsessed. Like, I can't, and the ending was just like, what? So, I cannot wait until the second one comes out. Don't know when that's gonna happen, but I can't wait. It's going to be great. It's going to be a really good series. I'm really excited about it. So, yeah. And the last book I read this month is actually a book I borrowed from work. And I meant to return it today when I went to work, you guys. I meant to. But then there was a bunch of stuff that I was doing and everything, and I just kind of forgot. But I'm going to return it tomorrow because I have to work tomorrow anyway. But that is Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. So this is the second book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I think I enjoyed Stalking Jack the Ripper more, but well, maybe not. Well, okay, so I was disappointed with Stalking Jack the Ripper because the blurb makes it sound like it's going to be a Harley Quinn Joker romance. You know, it sounds like Audrey Rose is in love with Jack the Ripper. That is not the case. So I was real disappointed because I thought it was going to be that, and it wasn't, and I was upset. So I guess I probably did enjoy this one more than Stalking Jack the Ripper, but I enjoyed, like, the setting. No, I can't even say that. I don't know what I was trying to say. I don't know. I did enjoy this one. It was really fun. I loved Bran Castle. It was fun. It was a great setting. And the twist at the end, like, sort of expecting, but not because of other events. I don't know. You have to read it to understand, but I mean, obviously, but you know what I mean. So, yeah. If you guys wondering what I'm doing, there's, like, fiber in my hair from, like, my hat I wore. Because it's 22 degrees in Texas. Anyway, yeah. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's going to be, the next one's going to be a lot of fun, I think. It's going to be a really good time. And then I just wanted to show you guys what I pulled that out of. My friend Ava actually got this for me for Christmas, and I'm obsessed. And it's a Peter Pan book sleeve. And it says, "Come with me where dreams are born and time is never planned." Like, I love that quote so much. It's, like, I wish I could live somewhere like that, where time's never planned. I always have to plan all my time. So that would be, like, a dream come true for me. And then on the back, it says, "Never grow up." And I love it so much. It's so pretty. It's so nice. It just makes my heart so happy that I have this. And so, yeah, it's just the best. But yeah, that's all. That is my November and December wrap up. Oh my god, like my voice is destroyed, and I can tell that like sinus allergies shit is just killing me. So I'm gonna go take some medicine and just see if I can get my voice to sound normal again so that I can film this quick other video. So